All right, this will be the basic video number 2 for Inventor, Autodesk Inventor. I'm using 2026 version. So let's start with the very basic stuff here. I'm gonna go to line and go to the XY plane to draw something. I'm gonna go ahead and use line to construct the letter N. So let's go and do that. I'm just gonna do a horizontal and vertical line here in this case. All right, and I want to also have another option, that is I'm going to use a rectangle. I'm going to use a rectangle here as well. So I could do that both way. I can either use a line to connect that, or I can use a rectangle. And by the way, underneath this rectangle, you can see there's other options here. Polygon being, polygon is many size, so whatever you want it to be, starting with the triangle, you can put in the size and it just give you the shapes. All right. Like I said, we're gonna do a letter N, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do something here, right? And I also gonna go ahead and show you guys something that I don't know, maybe it would be a good time now. I'm gonna use offset. I'm gonna go ahead and offset this this way. Let's say I want to offset it 0.05 this way, and then I will offset this the same 0.05 that way. All right, so now that would be, I will delete that originally. I'll delete that, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and use some stuff here to create my letter N. I'm gonna go ahead and use the trim options. I don't need this right here, right? I don't need this right here as well. I can trim that right there, as you can see. And then let's go try to do some fun letter N here. Let me go ahead and introduce you to extend as well. I'm going to click this. I'm going to zoom in so you can see this right here. I want to extend that, so it's touch that right there. And if I want to extend it again, I'll just do that again. But that's it. That's all I want to do. And same thing down here. I want this to extend it there instead of using the line and construct it. Now, if I use the line options and draw it from here to here, I would then have two different segments. Right now, you see my mouse over there. I got one continuous segment. All right. Now, but if I use the line segment to draw it, so if I take the line segment and draw it over, is number one, is a little complicated because it's short. I have to zoom right in. Number two, you can see I have two different segments, right? That is something we don't want. So again, we can use the trim to get rid of stuff here, and we can use extend to make our segment longer, or length line. All right, and then I can go back and trim this to the way that I like. I can trim this, I can trim that, I can trim this. All right, so here's my letter N that I got. I just have to go in and put some dimension in there. In my previous video, I show you guys how to change the units here. So this, I'm going to change that to 2 units. And then I'll double click using my roller, and then it's just zoom out back out for me. All right, what's next? I would like to use the same dimension over here, so it's already there because they match when I draw it. This one would be, let's make it a 0.6. This should want it to be a 0.6 as well, and then we want this to be, I don't want to cross the dimension real quick, but I guess I'll do that over here. Let's make it 1.5. Like nicer number. This one as well, 1.5. All right, that would cross the dimension. All right, so we got those, but as you can see, this just pumped right down. And then if I want to, let's see if this would be, I'm gonna go ahead Control Z to get rid of that right now. So 1.6 on this one, 1.5 on that one. Let me, I'm gonna click on this line segment and hit the shift key and hit this line segment and shift key, and I'll make this, I'll constrain this to be, hit escape again. Which one gonna be collinear? This right here, I believe. Yeah. So collinear meaning it's gonna be on the same line. So I'm gonna make sure that this too shift is gonna be on the I need to select the line segment again. I'm going to zoom in. I need that green, not the dimension. Currently, the dimension is in my way. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that real quick. And then I'll click on this, shift that, and then I'll make it collinear. So you can see now it's level up. I want to do the same thing down here. Hopefully that is already level up, but just in case that is not, it's collinear. All right, and then now I can go ahead and put in my dimension again without worrying that it's moving. And this is the dimension that we need right here. And I want it to be 1.5. I'm going to go ahead and change this to 1.5 as well. And my shape should not shift up and down. All right, so I got that 0.6, 0.6. The only thing I need to worry about is the thickness here. Make this 0.4. And then this is also 0.4. All right, check mark. Now, there are ways that you can make things equals, and that is using any of these. So if you want one side segment to be similar to the other, or let's say if I want this one now to be 0.7, and then you can see this one's still 0.6, right? But if I just go ahead and set this dimension, but first I need to get rid of this dimension first. So I'm going to delete that dimension first, and then I'll go in, I'll set this dimension, hit the shift key, hit dimension, hit the shift key, and then this dimension, and I'll set them equal. Then you can see that this dimension now is 0.6 as well. And I accept this, you can see that it's in the dimension there, in the parenthesis. That means it's equal to something. So now this one right here, if I double click on that and change it to 0.7, the parenthesis is also changed to 0.7. All right. So that is how you do dimensions and how to sketch stuff in Inventor.